All right, it's time for my top 10 worst movies of the year. So, again, this is my opinion. I'm sure quite a few of you will disagree on at least some of these, and that's cool. That's fine. To each his own, right? And the other thing about it is, I actually haven't seen every movie, so there's going to be films that don't make it on this list because I haven't seen them to know how bad they really are. So that's the thing. Well, let's go ahead and get this started with number 10. And coming in at the bottom of the list is Legend of Tarzan. Not a Disney film, just get that out of the way, and you can tell. This movie was a bit of a mess for me. Especially kind of the climax of the movie. That's when everything just got so ridiculous. I just couldn't buy into it anymore. And Tarzan's not that likable. Like, I don't know. I would have thought the guy from True Blood would have done a better job, but well, then again, what I said just contradicted myself. Ooh, fighting words. Anyway, I just wasn't impressed. I should have been a lot blown away by some of the cast, and this didn't just it just didn't pan out for me. It didn't work with that. It didn't keep my interest. So, number 9 is Huntsman Winter's War. So, I'll be honest, I kind of did like the first film, sort of, kind of, a little. I don't know. I think part of it was because of a joke that I pulled out from it because, I'm a funny guy, right? No, I don't know what it was. I think Chris Hemsworth probably is what led me to buy the first one, sort of, but the second one, it was dull. Like, I was interested by the trailers, but this movie just didn't deliver whatsoever. I didn't really care too much about the romantic interest and, uh, you know, the Queen or whatever. Well, her performance was a bit stiff. That's right. I said it. Yeah. Moving on. I just didn't like. I don't know. I didn't care for the film. Number 8 is The Forest. This was early in January when I saw this movie, and it had a couple things here or there. It had, I want to say, Natalie Dormer. Is that right? Is that possible? I'm not even looking this up. I don't care. Nobody cares. No one saw this movie. This movie just came and went, and it's just an it's an film. I mean, it's not like it's the worst thing, but of all the good or semi-good films I've seen this year, it was just a film that came and went, and I've already forgotten what I'm talking about. So, number 7, 10 Cloverfield Lane. Now, I know a lot of people actually love this film, so it's a bit controversial for me to put it on my list, I guess. Uh, this film it didn't do it for me, honestly. It didn't. I don't know. The tension build up just didn't work. Maybe it's because John Goodman was the villain. Like, I think he tried. It just wasn't convincing to me. And the ending, of course, threw me off. And the fact that it's called 10 Cloverfield Lane, and it's like, okay, it's not really connected to the last movie in many ways, or at all, really, possibly. I don't know. I didn't care for it. It just kind of was a dull movie. So that comes in at number 7. Number 6, oh, okay, this is the kind of list it is. Right, Sausage Party. A lot of people like Sausage Party. I was not one. I actually did get offended by a couple things that were in the movie, and some of the gags were just kind of like weird and just didn't work. Look, I'm a funny guy, damn it. I just didn't find this humorous. I'm sorry. Oh man. It's going to be that kind of list. All right, number 5 was Blair Witch, which look, I didn't completely mind Blair Witch in many regards. It was just, again, most of these are just kind of like, they're there. But this movie gave me no desire to see the original, and then I did anyway. And that was a thing. So, this movie had some good parts to it, but it also had some acting which I could not buy into. It was just over the top acting. There's some plot threads I was like, why? This doesn't make sense. It's very slow paced for not much payoff. It's just, yeah. Number 4, because we're going to continue this trend, Don't Breathe. So, yes, a lot of people love this movie, Don't Breathe. Thought it was fantastic. And kudos to you guys. I that's awesome. That's absolutely awesome. I can't really stand this movie. I can't watch this movie. There's only one horror movie, which I'm sure you guys will figure out if you haven't, that tops this movie for being the worst horror movie I've seen. And again, seen, but Don't Breathe was just downright bad for me. Like, some of the stupid things with the characters just irritated. I know sometimes in horror movies you gotta like put aside common sense and just like enjoy the film for what it is. So you're like, oh well, forget how stupid these teenagers are for doing this thing. But I just can't. I can't buy into it. I can't. I wanted to, because it was an interesting premise, that's for sure. But I just can't buy it. Can't do it. Can't do it. Nope. Nope. Not at all. So now we're in the top 3. Woo. Number 3, The Girl on the Train. What a waste of time. What a waste of time. Like, I'm not even. This is like, for me, like, Gone Girl was such a brilliant film when it came out. And I love Gone Girl. But this movie was kind of like if someone tried to rip off Gone Girl in a way. But they hired a guy off the street to do the writing. Oh, that's probably mean to say. I'm sure there's some fans. I'm not one of them. I'm not. I think the acting was kind of sloppy and all over the place. The actual story itself wasn't that interesting, and something that probably could have been interesting. It didn't work for me. The build up, the tension didn't work for me. There's the convenience factor of why someone doesn't know what actually happened, and I don't buy it. I could not stand this movie. I wanted to leave this movie. I wanted to walk out. So, that's my top 3. Yeah, you go movies I want to walk out of. Not good. So number 2, Who You Gonna Call? Not Ghostbusters. not the 2016 Ghostbusters. Look, the trailer, obviously the trailer threw me off. I say obvious because well, I think it threw everyone off. So I was not looking forward to this film. I went to watch it anyway. I think what really drove me is some people said, yeah, it's not bad. And I thought, oh, okay. Maybe the trailers can be wrong, FYI. Like, good trailers do not equate to good movies, and bad trailers don't always equate to bad movies. So you never know until you see it, and this movie was garbage. This movie was absolute garbage. There was, I think, only one funny moment with Chris Hemsworth, and he's messing with his glasses, as it were. That was funny, but that really was about it. The comedy, the plot, which seems vaguely familiar. I don't know why. The fact that it's a kind of remake, but it is, but it's not. I don't know. Trailers still confuse me on that one. Oh, I just want to forget this movie. And coming in at number 1 is Hush. Yeah, for you guys that have seen my videos and been listening in the whole time, you should have known that this piece of garbage was going to be my number 1 hated movie. Worst movie of the year. This movie was terrible. Look,
I get it. I get it. The premise was okay. Like, it wasn't a bad premise. I don't mind that. But the rest of the film was lame. There was no scary moments. There was so many unbelievable moments. There was a scene where, like, for 5 minutes, this guy is stabbing this girl in front of a screen door. You know, just against the door. Like, I almost didn't know if he was still stabbing her. He was like, poking her. Oh, anyway, point is, this. Oh man, this movie, this horrible piece of garbage that I gave a shot, and I kept watching all the way through because I like to torture myself. I don't even know. I don't know why he did it. I don't know why he kept watching. I should have just stopped. I should have said, "To hell with you, garbage! Get off of my Netflix. 1 star. If I could give you lower, I would, but that's not the way this works." Nothing worked for me, even after the killer took. Wait, is this spoiler? The killer does something which people were like, "Oh, well, you don't see that." And there's a good reason. It took away all the suspense and terror that the film could have even potentially had. Nothing flowed right for me with this movie. This movie is pure trash, and I never want to speak of it again. Damn it.
So, yes, those are my top 10 worst films of the year.
That is one big pile of shit.
Granted, some of them are obviously worse than others. I mean, that's a given. But some of them might not have been on my list if I had actually seen some of the other movies that are just look terrible. But thankfully, I avoided that. So, yeah, that's cool. But I'm sure there's some people, if not a lot of people, there's probably a lot of people. I'm sure there are people that have disagreements with me on my top 10. I can see my number one being a little contradictory. Like, contradictory. Well, my number one, people probably have issue with. My number 7, my number 6, my number 4. That's maybe it, right? I don't know. Just go ahead and let me know in the comments below what you thought of these movies. Maybe what your top 10 worst movies are. That'd be cool. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, click that like button, share, subscribe to my channel, and watch my other vids. I do appreciate it. Also, I'm going to keep plugging Patreon because that's a thing. I need you guys to know. I need your help. I need your help. So much help. If you guys want to support me on Patreon, there will be a link in the description box below. Please go there, and as little as $1 on up, anything that you give is much appreciated and helps me to bring this content to you guys. It's not easy for me at the moment, but I will do my absolute best. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. And until next time, peace.